What's going on, guys? My name is TeftyTeft, and welcome to another episode of Destiny. Today, I'm going to be showing you the before and after of the Vision of Confluence. Here I have it right here, as it just drops from the raid. Let me give it a quick peek. And I gotta say, this is definitely one of my favorite primaries out of the whole game. It's been my go-to probably from most of October into all of November. I did get the Fatebringer, and the Fatebringer is probably... it's neck and neck for sure. It depends on the situation, but for most of the raid, I prefer the Vision of Confluence. So here it is, unupgraded, in how it responds. It's got a good scout rifle feel. Oh, that's right. I don't have auto on this. I'm so used to having this gun with the automatic that I was expecting it to fire as I hold the trigger down. But yeah, it's like 2-shot in these guys' criticals, or I think it's like 4 or 5-shot body. But 2-shot critical instead, 679 on the damage right there. It just feels good. It's got a good handle to it. Like this sight that's on there that it comes with has a good feeling. You know, it's got good acquisition to it. I play on sensitivity 10, so I tend to notice pretty effectively the changes that the lenses make, because some of them will give you more aim assist, and others will be more of a snappier, quicker feel, which can kind of affect your gameplay depending on how you roll, you know. But it's got fire damage, which is one of the main perks of this weapon, being a primary weapon with fire damage. The only other one in the game right now is the Vex Mythic class that has primary fire damage from it, I'm pretty sure. I've been playing this game a lot, and I'm pretty sure I got my facts straight. So if I am wrong on that, somebody leave me a comment. I'll leave a quick annotation to correct that. But yeah, this gun's fantastic. It's probably the go-to weapon for the raid in general, just because of the range and the damage it'll do. Bungie had buffed the scout rifles maybe about a month ago to have an additional 9% of damage, and it really does make a difference. I mean, this is just base scout rifle action right here. How it feels, it's good. So I'm going to show you the one that I've been rocking for most of October and November. My original Vision of Confluence. So I switch it over. Oh, these guys are going to teleport right into me. I'm going to go up here. Back on over here. I just went to the Eye of the Gate Lord mission and threw it onto level 28 to do this demonstration. So I'm going to go back to that red dot right here, and it's got these two perks right here are interesting. The switch weapons faster really kind of depends on your playstyle. If you're doing PvP, you might want to go for switch weapons faster. Also, it kind of depends on if you actually roll with the scout rifle in PvP, because they tend to not get as much attention with Suro's regime being the king of PvP. So typically what I've been doing is rolling with the perfect balance, mainly because you get a perk in here for full auto, and that full auto means you can hold down the trigger and just constantly spam bullets at as fast as it can go. So this is with full auto. I'm holding down the trigger, and you can see how much recoil I have right there with the stability perk on. If I take that stability perk off, let's go to switch weapons faster. You can see how much of an increase. So it's probably close to double, maybe? And it's actually kind of climbing a little bit. Just barely. These guys are coming over me. These guys are still 2 shots in the belly. So the criticals are still 2 shots. This scout rifle kind of breaks you for other scout rifles, because you get used to the full auto, and you get used to the stability being great with that perk. These guys just come out? Oh no, they didn't. So I end up like holding the trigger down a lot when I'm using the scout rifle, and just can spam shots at this Minotaur. There you go, Minotaur. See? And 19 volts is pretty good. Oh, he's charging me. Charging. The no scoping, or not no scope. The regular non-iron sights has pretty good acquisition. You know, like it's not a last word or anything like that, but it's not bad. Like I can definitely run up and just hit guys with that. It's a little harder to crit with, but it's definitely doable. So that's a perk. It's good. Let me switch to these other sights on here, because they do make a big difference. So this is that first one that you get when you first get the gun to drop, and it's good. It's a nice balance. I like it. Now let's go check out this quicker, snappier one right here, super shot or sure shot. This one is definitely quicker. Like, you can feel how much quicker you can move overall. Like, it increases your movement or your look speed just subtly. And like I said, because I play on level 10 or sensitivity 10, I pick up or I feel these things really a little bit more. At least I think I do. I could be wrong, but I tend to notice it just subtly more. So with these, it does have a pretty good snap, but you get more movement speed on the lateral. So it has pretty good acquisition though. See, like, it can pretty much snap onto targets pretty well, pretty effectively. I do like it. However, I don't find myself using this iron sight as often, and I'm not really too sure why. It's more of a feel thing. Like, this feels kind of sporadic. Like, if I'm getting flanked by a bunch of enemies around me, this is a little bit harder to control. You know, but it's good. It's totally usable, and I think for some people it could be the preferred sight to have on the gun. Now let me switch to the long range. The long range, I tend to switch back and forth from the red dot to the ranged lens right here. And this is great because you can really get a nice zoom. See, look how much of a zoom I get right there. It's just nice. And when you zoom in, this has more stability to control. So you can kind of have a little bit a finer detail on your aiming. It's subtle. These changes are absolutely subtle. And Bungie does a really great job of hiding it underneath the scenes of how these things feel to make you think that the gun is just feeling different in your hands, when really it's like the way the gun acquires targets and the movement speed and how smooth it is and all that. Like, all those little things are being adjusted underneath the scenes, and it's really effective. That's why this game feels so good when you're playing it. So yeah, this lens on top is definitely a fave of mine. I really like it. Like, during the raid, I typically roll with this lens or the red dot because I can just get a nice zoomed in feel. Like if you're doing the confluxes in the beginning of the Templar, this is a great one to have because you can sit back from distance and still be able to rock people. And when you get close, you can just go to no scope right there. You know, I can't remember the official name of that when you're not zooming in. Anyways, it doesn't matter. So yeah, it feels good. This is one of my favorite lenses on this. So between that and the red dot, it's kind of my go-to. And again, this non-zooming up close feel is good. So okay, switching back to the other stuff that this gun has. All these Vex are walking around me. So yeah, full auto, fantastic. Full auto mixed in with perfect balance, though, is awesome. Oh, I didn't really switch back and forth between weapons, so let me show real quick. See, so it's up. It readies up a little bit quicker. Not enough for me to be like, that's the perk I'm going to rock on this gun. It's more of like, in PvP, that could spell the difference of a little bit of a switch that could get you there. But perfect balance here, perfect balance is awesome, especially for this, because you don't have as much recoil in here. These guys disappear. I don't know why that happened. Anyways, the limited recoil with the zoomed lens is awesome. This is a tough one to beat. This Field Scout perk to get more ammo is definitely nice. And there's times where I do want more ammo, where I switch to it, because you get a lot, and I'll show you that here in a second. But this guy right here, being able to have full auto on a scout rifle and have limited amount of recoil, really makes a huge difference. Like, it is tough to get away from this perk right here. And obviously, these other lenses too benefit heavily from it, because you can see the stability is almost maxed out. If I go like that, it drops down to around the 60% mark. These guys just popped out, so see, it just doesn't have very much recoil. It feels really good. So this is my other favorite sight, the one that it originally comes with. Just hardly any recoil. Love it. Yeah. All right. So let me swap out that perk real quick. To Field Scout, and Oh yeah, Zen Moment is also on this. Causing damage with this weapon increases the stability. So that stacked up with the stability perk makes this gun like, it feels like a sure shot. I'm gonna switch back to this lens right here. So now I've got 27 in a mag. I think it was 19 before. And I'm pretty sure I can hold around like 300 bullets. I think it goes to like 290 something, from what I remember. Yeah, 297 in the reserve with a 27 in the mag. So that's a lot. That's a 33% increase of what you had before. So not something to sniff at all, because in the raid, Juggler is on all the time, which means that your ammo drops will not be for your primary when you're using your primary. So when you get plenty of primary in your reserve, it really makes a big difference. So yeah, so if you're okay with the stability like that, that's quite a bit of a kick, but it's not like unmanageable by any means. If you're okay with that, then you should definitely rock the extra ammo if you need it. If you don't need it though, like during strikes, you don't need extra ammo for strikes. That stuff's going to be dropping like candy. So it's something to consider. I know for me, the more I play this game, the more I get into fine-tuning all these pieces of equipment and gear. And I've even considered having like different versions for PvP, and just totally whiffed those two knives. Anyways, I was saying having two different versions for, say, PvP or PvE, just because it's kind of nice to be able to swap back and forth. It's the bouncy wall, yay! Anyways, so yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this gun. It's a fantastic weapon. You can't go wrong with the Vision of Confluence. If you've just gotten this weapon from Atheon, congratulations. This is going to be probably one of your main primaries for a while, because it's just so versatile. Alright guys, well, that's my before and after this weapon. So if you just got this weapon from Atheon, congratulations. You are in good hands. You're going to love it. You should max it out as soon as possible. Do your bounties and rank this baby up, because you're going to love it. Like, it's going to be hard to beat this weapon for a while. And also, since the new raid is not going to allow you to get primaries until the hard version, which doesn't come out until January. Sometime in January is what they said. They want to do a time release, mainly because they probably want to fix any kind of possible cheesing that inevitably is going to happen, that people are going to just creatively come up with. Yeah. So that is definitely the word on the street. And this baby is probably going to be pretty useful up until mid-January, if not after that, depending on what kind of weapons are dropping in the raid. So, alright guys, well, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. It's incredible. I'm up to 380 subscribers, past that now. It's just, it's been amazing. You guys have really been digging the Destiny videos that I'm putting out, and I'm having a great time doing it. I like sharing knowledge and things I learn I want to tell people about, so if you could, slap that like button, become a subscriber if you haven't already, and yeah, stay tuned for more Destiny content. Alright guys, peace.